Yeah, my name's Michael Jacobson. I live here in Newport, Oregon. I've been here about 30 years now. I'm a retired high school teacher, taught at Newport High School for 25 years. I've been retired for about 4 years, and I've been very avid in wind sports ever since about 1980. I first got into them first through surfing, and then surfing transitioned for me into windsurfing because it was another way that I could go surfing with using the wind as a power in a sail. And was a very avid windsurfer until the year 2000. And year 2000 was kind of the fruition of kite surfing. And all of a sudden it just kind of hit the scene, you know, in a huge way. So standard equipment, what I wear, wetsuit, this is just my surfing wetsuit that I use with surfing. It doubles for kiting. And this is a harness that you put around your waist, and it's got this bar that clips in. I'm not going to cinch it up right now, but this hook is what allows the kite bar to hook in like this. And with this hook setup right here, I can power up and depower the kite by, it's almost like having an accelerator. If I push the bar out, it's like letting off on the accelerator. I have less power in the kite. It takes the kite and sheets it out, almost the same thing as like a sail. When you luff a sail, you basically dump all of the air out of the sail. I remember seeing a TV commercial of a guy kite surfing, and it was an ad for an automobile, and I'm like, I'm on it. So immediately I tried my best to get hold of some equipment, which I did, and made the transition from windsurfing to kiting. And I've been doing that very avidly for about 20 years now. And Newport is actually a fantastic place for kiting. Not necessarily for learning, but many of the spots here are kind of advanced level because you have to do it in the surf. And in fact, here's some guy that's going to be heading out right now. And given the fact that you have to kite in the waves makes it, you know, quite a bit more challenging than if you're just doing it at some flat water lake. I've got a variety of different boards here. This thing's, they call it a twin tip. It's very similar to like a wakeboard. And you can see it's totally bidirectional. One side of the board is identical to the other. And it runs just like a wakeboard in that you can go one way and then you can just essentially just turn your head and go the other way. This is another setup. In many ways, this is kind of my preferred setup. I've been a lifelong surfer, and I love to ride surfboards using kites. And this is essentially a very small surfboard. The newest thing in kiting is riding hydrofoil boards. I've only been doing this for about a year, and these things look really bizarre. It's upside down there, but this is the hydrofoil. And essentially what's going on with the hydrofoil is when you're up and foiling, you'd be standing on the board and the water level would be about right here. And the board is actually elevated up out of the water. It gives you this, it's really hard to describe, but it's almost like you have this, you're standing on a magic carpet and you're just flying. Summertime is our season, north winds, which today is odd. We've got south winds blowing during summer, which is strange, but north winds is more of the norm, and it's when we get the sunny weather and the warm conditions, and that's when this place really turns on. This is one of the smaller kites. I'm even going to pump it up right now because it takes no time to do that. And this kite is kind of more of an all-around kite. It's good for everything. It works really well in the surf, which is kind of the main reason why I like it so much. But I'll just real quickly pump it up so you can see the transition from a deflated kite to a inflated. Good exercise also, especially if you do multiple kites in a day. So this here is a kite surfing kite, and as I mentioned before, these are the bridles. If I can get this thing to behave itself with the wind. The bridle's right here, and you tie these bridles off to the lines on the bar, and that's what allows you to power up. We're very gifted to have it right here in Newport, to have this unbelievably great spot right here in our hometown. So I do most of my kiting right here. I really do not travel because there really is no reason to do it, because it's so good right here in Newport.